I'm glad to introduce to you Séverin. He comes from Brazil. He's a geographer, a humanitarian, and an active OSM contributor from many years. He's going to talk to us about translation of existing OSM data, download services of OpenStreetMap GIS layers. That's what he has to say to us, to not only to English but to French as well and to other languages. So he's going to propose a proof of concept for our replicable approach. So thank you, Séverin. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Anna. Can you hear me? Yeah. So, and hello to everybody, if we are broadcasted, maybe. So today, I would like to introduce a download service more dedicated, I would say, to, for the moment, French-speaking countries in the south. Because the thing is, so far, the OSM data is the only thing that is not translated when you use it. When you contribute to OpenStreetMap, you can use your own editor with some presets or say a user interface that will be translated in a favorite language. ID, JOSM, you have many languages that are available. But once you uploaded the data and when you want to download it, when you download the data, the raw data is always in English, only in English. And that can be actually a limitation for reusing the data for people from countries where English is not well spoken or not spoken at all. Okay, so my idea was to provide that, okay, something that could allow the people to use the OSM data original in English in other language. Bit of historical context of that is that it's not a new idea at all. Actually, the idea we had back in history in 2012 when we designed what became the hot export. That was the first web service that allows easily to get the OSM data in GIS formats. Formerly, it was really complicated for non-techie people to get the OSM data. Nothing to provide a shapefile, etc. And the hot export has been designed with many capacities. Was designed by and created by GeoFabric. And you can see at that time, 2012, there was these expert functions and with the capacity of translating the data. Okay. Unfortunately, I was working on that. I was living in Senegal in 2015, but the hot export 2 has been designed and it did not include it yet, these functions. So I was already actually at the time in Senegal teaching French-speaking people in Senegal, young students, with data that was translated, but I mean, it stopped. Technically, the platform was not available, was not able to do that anymore. I resumed this idea during the 2020 containment, when, if you remember, we had plenty of of time to think about things you didn't have time in other period of your life. And I translated around 1,400 tags and created a first draft version that had been presented last year to this conference. And I already presented that earlier in June this year to the State of the Map France. And I had a feedback during that, and I optimized the service. What is my approach? There will be layers that will be available at the country scale. So if you want to download the full country, you can do it. There will be thematic layers, but also generally what we call planet layers. That means one data set for the whole country with all the points. Another one for the lines, another one for the polygons. But also some thematic layers, we'll see them, with all the tags. Not only a bit of it, but all the tags are included in the data you retrieve. And, of course, that's what the the point of my project. Also, they can be downloaded, translated in French. I live in Brazil, as I've mentioned, but I'm French, by the way. You can, I think, hear that from my accent. The process to have the hot export is processed with PGSQL, Postgre, the SQL for the Postgre database. And I did not implement that as a web service, like, for example, again, the hot export, or you can have GeoFabric as you access to a web service, but with an existing SDI, which is a spatial data infrastructure based on an open project called GeoOrchestra. Why an SDI? First of all, among the pros, the first pro, it was a personal pro. That does not require to become an IT developer, and I'm not an IT developer, I'm a geographer. And I already managing one SDI for a local, a French association called Les Libres Géographes. And also, on an SDI, there is already all the functionality you need, because it uses what we call OGC standard, the standard made by the Open Geo Consortium, and all the GeoOrchestra building blocks. But, we will see them, very famous Postgre, GeoServer, etc. And also pros, it is quite a fast extraction time, and you don't need to store custom extract on the server. I don't know, for example, hot export. I guess everyone can create your own hot export, and it stays on the server. And I guess you need a big server, and some from time to time remove the old jobs to get some space. And I wanted also to make a proof of concept that the free IDS can cover these needs. The cons I have that compared to the original compressed OSM data you can get, for example, from GeoFabric, the PG tables are much heavier, around 20 times bigger. Okay. So I will get later about what is behind that, but first I want to show you how to get the data. There's two points of entry, I would say. One from the metadata brick, that is called GeoNetwork. GeoNetwork is a software that is supported by the OSGeo, and it deals about metadata. And you have one parent metadata sheet. And from this, okay, so this is the UI of GeoOrchestra. You can see you can log in, but you don't need to log in at all to retrieve this data. It's really open to everyone. So there's a bit of explanation about the project, what you can get. And you have, for example, here a link to the table of the translated tags. Okay, it's on GitLab if you want to contribute, propose something on another language, maybe. Okay, it's possible. So I have the main tags, the English on the left, and the translation in French. So access becomes accès, customers becomes client, delivery, livraison, etc., etc. In these metadata sheets, you can see you have links to things that are, back to my presentation here, metadata sheet per thematic. These are the thematic that are presented. You will get information about data about admin boundaries, already done, prepared, barriers, buildings, hydrography, land cover, places, and the planet, all themes altogether, points of interest, and everything regarding the transportation, the routes, but also the highways, etc. Okay, so if you click on one of them, I don't know, for example, the transportation, you have a new metadata sheet about the thematic. It presents what you can find in this data. Okay, for this specific thematic. I can go back to the main one. And if I scroll down, so it's a classic metadata sheet. So you have categories that you can also search within or outside the platform. That's something that you can use as a GIS tool. And you have source data sets. So that's the point for each country. So far I have among the French-speaking countries in the south, mostly in Africa. So we have Benin, Burkina Faso, Central African Republic, Chad, Guinea, Haiti, because my long story with Haiti is starting in the earthquake in 2010. Ivory Coast, Mali, Mauritania, Niger, Senegal, and Togo. So, for example, let's have a look on Senegal. Okay, a new metadata sheet for the country. And here you have two download and links. First one, this is where you will retrieve the data for the whole country. So here I will choose a feature type to download. As you can see, I have OSM admin boundary, barrier, etc. First, OSM EN in English. If I scroll down, I have OSM FR. And for example, I will go take the POI for Senegal, and I will download as a JSON. Unfortunately, there's an issue with the GeoPackage that is mentioned in the metadata. Okay. The process is a bit different from mine, so I will save this page as a file, I guess. So on mine, you would be at, would like to download, okay? Just maybe it's a bit longer here, in a couple of seconds. So this is to retrieve the thematic you want for country scale. There's also a map to display that. I will open it. Okay, that's the POIs are ready now. Directly, I can save them, I guess, somewhere in the object this PC, and it's not my PC, so I don't know where to put that. There is no. Don't know these 3D objects here? No. Yeah, but within 3D objects. Okay. Oh. This one? Working on it. I just hope I can find this. Okay, I will save it. Have a look. And the browser is a bit, oops. Yeah? Just here, okay. And it's here, okay. So supposedly, if I already have QGIS open, drag and drop doesn't work. Okay. Oh, it doesn't put the. That's really strange. Supposedly it should have the extension as the is QGIS bin. What? Oh, it's open. Okay. Just a bit slow with this computer. And if I go to for example, the filter, you can see that all the keys are translated. So what is supposedly name EN is no EN. Alt name became autre nom, or the amenities are équipement now. So it's more équipement pharmacy, but it's really slow. Everything is translated in French, embassy, ambassade, etc., driving school, auto école. So the idea that's for people, and I would say, for example, especially institution, you would like to make them use OSM, but I mean the language can be kind of issue for them to enter into OpenStreetMap. That can help. end, I go back here, and I would like to open this link, but this page is blocked. Can I F5? I don't know. I don't know. I will open again. No, Central African Republic. Okay. I don't know. This other one is blocked. Still blocked? Yeah. Why not? Let me show. There's also a map that you can interact with. Every country there is a display map and for full or partial extraction. So if I open the link, we'll show if I will use actually the viewer of GeoOrchestra called MapStore. It's quite a new project, totally open source, of course. Minutes. And once it's loaded, I can see my layers here. If it was in French, the UI in French, everything would be in French. But here, for example, my POIs again, I can see them right there. POI. And so I can directly download them here. Export the later data, but MapStore has some filter capacity, so I can filter the data. For example, I would like only a part of that, so I can select say polygon here in Senegal. I will apply, I will save, and now there will be only this part. Supposedly, yeah, okay. So I can have a bit of extract of the whole country. It's not always country scale, but you can have a bit of it. And then I would just go there, download. No, that's filter again. Download is here. And you need to select. Okay, you select once again a GeoJSON and you get the data. Okay. As I'm running out of time, I'm going back to the presentation. So this is how you get the data. How does it work? In the back end, what I have is every 44 hours, I will retrieve the data from GeoFabric, the daily OSM PBF files. Thanks again to GeoFabric and to provide that to everyone. So we have country layers for 8 detailed themes I showed you, and the planet layers. The translation table and keys and value that I showed you that you can edit in GitLab. On the backends, the data is tabled in PG and with the main OSM keys, and there's a HStore field. I did not show that, but the HStore field, it will store all the tags, not only the main one that I identified, but all the tags, so you can retrieve all the information, all the tags. And the French is Postgre Fuse, translating automatically the English tables. And the front end, and we said GeoNetwork for through metadata sheets and MapStore for these. What are the next steps for that? I would like to add, of course, the missing French-speaking country influx. I would like also to apply everywhere the thematic style I have. They already exist, just Python script I have to do. I will also convert HStore to JSON, sorry, because MapStore is not very HStore compatible. If you open, there is a capacity to open in MapStore the attribute table, it will crash because there is HStore, so I will clean that. More translated tags, the question. I would like also maybe to propose diff files to update more frequently than every day. But I would like to actually see if someone has some experience of that to talk about that. But I don't want to manage one diff for every country, but one for all of them. And maybe this translation can be adapted to other extraction tools, such as QuickOSM. that would be interested. And also, I mean, I use this to retrieve, to download the data, but WFS layers, they can be also used for online requests, etc. So that would be another way to use the OSM data for online spatial analysis, etc. That would require, if there's huge use of that, more, I would say, a stronger server, I guess. And that's it. Thank you very much.
That was great, Séverin. Thank you. We don't have questions from the remote, from online. There might be questions from the audience. Anyone? I have a question. My understanding is that you use it to translate from English to French at the moment, and you would like to send it to other languages, right? Because yeah, because you showed the approach and it could be reproducible, basically. I was asking, could one translate back from French to English eventually as well? If you use the same approach, you just convert you invert the tags, basically. Could you do that? Because, I mean, you get the data, you want to give it available, you do the work in French, you don't know English well, you want to put it back to other people. Could you do that? I mean, in the same way that you introduce a new language, you could do interlanguages somehow.
Reverse?
Back, yeah.
Well, actually, you can retrieve the data both in English, that is French, and French and English. So far.
You need the tags to be translated, and that's enough.
Yeah, I think. I mean, English being, I mean, the standard. Yeah. You translate from English to other languages, but right. I don't think. I mean, on the way back to be because it already exists. I first created the one in English because I need them to be translated after that. And if you would like, for example, to reproduce that in another country, you don't need to have all the bricks. For example, you need actually to have, if you want to host something for, I don't know, there's no, I mean, Portuguese speaking, but for with someone from Asia, you need a server and PostgreSQL to host your PBF, a GeoServer behind it. But for example, this map store instance or the geo network can be reused for any other project, because this is, I mean, allowing an access for me is not server consuming. So, but I mean, storing the data is what is sorry, yes, obviously.
Thank you. You have a question? Come here. Thank you.
Is there any plan to have country-specific translation? Like, for instance, a boutique can match something different than just a literal translation, and like, for instance, when we publish national data sets for DRC, if we take the administrative 1, administrative 2, the different levels, we would rather switch them towards this is a district, this is a province, this is a territory, and adapting to what words are actually used specifically in that country.
To answer that, yes, technically is obviously totally manageable. The thing is, what is interesting on my side, that's the translation table is the same for the moment for other countries. And if you want to add a new set of tags, etc., I mean, updating that and being replicated in every country is just 2 minutes. We can design things for specific countries. It's not server consuming, because, as I said, the French is stored in PG Fuse. So it's not a. I mean, it's the time to dedicate to create this the script to create the views. But after that, no problem. No.
Okay, please come. Sorry.
Thank you so much for this repository. Main is simple. Okay, main is simple. It's about the database you used. You used PG SQL. Why did you use this one? And you've said that you can use Postgres and also create the same repository. Is PGSQL, when you maybe translate data, is it in real time? Can I access maybe something that has been translated now and download it in French from English? And what other capabilities does it have as a database other than others?
So I use Postgres because it's the open database that is used for OpenStreetMap. The main one is hosted in a Postgres database, and there are a lot of tools. There are two technology to convert the raw OSM data into geographic information hosted in tables in Postgres. It's OSM to PGSQL and IMP-OSM. I used IMP-OSM in 2020 because it was the most advanced technology at that time. After that, the OSM Foundation funded the OSM to PGSQL to be a bit renewed. So maybe I would have done another choice later. So that's the most... that's the thing that is most used to host the OSM data, PostgreSQL. Yeah, and the thing I use existing technology. I'm not a coder, etc. I created script to make the things work. I did not develop any new tool. Everything was already existing. Yeah.